The first episode of House of the Dragon's first season includes a connection to Ned Stark from Game of Thrones and possible ramifications for Jon Snow. Several connections between House of the Dragon Season 1 Episode 1 and Game of Thrones were present, but they largely served to further the understanding of House Targaryen's past and lore. There were many references to Daenerys along the road, most notably the revelation of Aegon's dream of the White Walkers, which reframes many episodes of the parent series of the prequel. In contrast, the Starks were largely absent from the first episode of Season 1 of House of the Dragon, with the exception of Lord Rickon Stark's brief appearance to swear allegiance to Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen when Viserys announced her as the rightful heir to the Iron Throne and a direwolf sigil at the tournament held for Balon. It makes sense that, despite their centrality in Game of Thrones, the Starks appear seldom in House of the Dragon because the majority of the plot is focused on King's Landing and the different rivalries that develop there, or the ones that already exist and will only deepen. It was nevertheless noticeable that House Stark was there, and it did so at a crucial time. When Viserys was telling Rhaenyra about Aegon's dream at the end of House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 1, he explained to her how it had been passed down from king to heir through the generations, and she must now carry it forward, saying, "Rhaenyra, make a vow to me. Ensure me." However, they do have a relationship to Ned Stark and make sense in the context of Viserys' statement. "Promise me, Ned," Lyanna Stark murmured in her last breath as she entrusted Rhaegar Targaryen and her son, Jon Snow, to her brother Ned in the Tower of Joy. It's unclear what Lyanna's remarks to Ned meant exactly. Did she just urge her brother to keep her child safe, or did she mean something more? But it's intriguing that House of the Dragon chose to make a comparison between the two at this precise time. Although Lyanna's "promise me," Ned is very likely just about keeping him safe, his identity a secret, and protecting him from Robert Baratheon. House of the Dragon's reveal of Aegon's dream adds another layer to it. That the exact same words that are used to tell one would-be Targaryen ruler of the prophecy surrounding the White Walkers are also used about another would-be Targaryen ruler who is also the person that leads the fight against them can't just be mere coincidence and is surely deliberate on the part of the writers. It very much feels like a choice to link Jon Snow and his Targaryen heritage to Aegon's dream and the great secret passed down through the generations, but the specific wording could go deeper still. Aegon's dream has a lot of similarities with the prophecy of the prince that was promised, a hero who would defeat the coming darkness, who is said to have a song of ice and fire. Even more so than House of the Dragon's characters, Rhaegar was obsessed with that prophecy, believing he may have been the prince that was promised, and then thinking it of his son, Aegon. It's not unreasonable that he also believed it of the child who'd become Jon Snow as well, perhaps even more so, as he is the son of ice, a Stark, and fire, a Targaryen. Whether Lyanna knew this is unclear, and even more so, if it's information she would share with her dying breaths, but the similarities of the prophecies and the specificity of the promise ties it all together. This didn't make Jon Snow the prince that was promised in Game of Thrones, but it could help set it up and make him being a Targaryen far more important in the books.